My first degree in the university, I read chemistry as a subject. Chemistry science in the university. But I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it. I was walking somebody else's path. I was sure that I didn't like it. But I didn't know what I wanted. That's why I'm telling you that self-discovery is not very easy. As old as I was in the university, I did not know what I wanted. But I was sure it wasn't chemistry. And so I just kept this chemistry stuff. When I graduate, what will I do? My friends would say I'll work in our company. This one would say I'll do pharmaceutical chemistry and I'll work in a pharmaceutical company. I was just be looking at all of them. I don't even know. But I knew I wasn't going to follow any of them to where they were going. But I discovered something that I loved to do. I wasn't somebody who used to talk a lot, like now, but I used to like to talk to children. Anytime I see a small child, hey, how are you? What's your name? And I got interested in children. I didn't know how I could make a career out of that. I didn't know how I could even make money out of that. But I was feeling that yes, if I love to talk to children, then I have to focus more on it. And it took me from the time I finished university to the time I fully discovered my career path. It took me 10 years. 10 good years. From the time I finished university to the day I said yes, I'm sure this is what I want to be doing now. And of course, many years down the line, I'm happy doing what I'm doing. This is what I do for a living, what I'm here to do now. I talk to young people, I talk to parents sometimes if I have to talk about their children. I talk to teachers sometimes if I have to talk about children. But everything I do is about children, teenagers, and helping them to get better. It doesn't sound like a career, does it? But that's what I do. I introduced myself when I started that I'm an educational psychologist and I'm also a counselor. I love what I do. I will do the same free of charge. It's what I do for a living. It's what I do and I charge and I earn money. But I can do the same free of charge. So if you choose a career path and it's not something you can do free of charge, then you're not passionate about it. There are some people who are lawyers and if there's a case, they see somebody being treated unjustly, they will gladly go to court free of charge to help that injustice to end. That's a passionate lawyer. But some lawyers will be like, no, it's not going to fetch me money, why should I do this? Then you know that's not it. The same thing with medicine. As somebody who is aspiring to become a doctor, you have to be passionate about helping people. Somebody is ill, you must feel, oh my God, what can we do to make this person feel better? How can I get, even if it means bringing out money from your own pocket to buy medication or whatever, you have to be passionate about it. Not that, hey, is it my business? Go and bring money before I can treat you. What kind of doctor is that? If we had different kind of doctors like that, the world would be horrible. So whatever you choose as your career must be something that can benefit humanity and must be something that you love doing. Because you see, the world as it is like a big jigsaw puzzle. Let's look behind us. Look at these tiles on the mosque. Can you see how the tiles are? Do you know they're tiny, tiny tiles? Tiny, tiny ones that form this whole wall. That's how the whole world is. And every tiny piece is like you and I. Now, if one tiny piece is missing there's no other tiny piece that will fit in exactly into that place. And that's how you and I are. So if you're not in the right place where you should be, nobody else can be there. And wherever else you will be, you won't be happy. You'll just be like, oh, where am I? What am I doing here? The same way I wasn't happy when I was reading chemistry in the university. The same way that 60-year-old man who came back to say I want to study medicine was not happy with wherever he was before. I know somebody who has been working at the CBN. You know the Central Bank of Nigeria? Yes. He's been working at the CBN for several years. He has money, but he's not happy. Do you know what he wants to be? What he has always wanted to be? A teacher. Yes. So that's self-discovery. It's not about having money or having space. It's about doing what you love doing what will make you happy. So the next time that I see you all, inshallah, or even if I do not see you personally, I'll request that your teachers collect from you that assignment I'm giving you today. You must write down what are those 10 things you love doing that nobody's going to ask you to do. They won't even give you money for it and you love doing it. Some of you, especially the ladies here, some of you love arranging the house. You get into the house, why is this thing here? Why is this thing here? Before you know it, everywhere is set. But some of you, even if mommy calls, how you shall go arrange? Oh, then it's a weakness in that case. Some of you love teaching others. Salim, you did that math, you didn't understand it. Come, let me put you through, let me teach you again. You know you're in the same class, so you love teaching. Put it there, it's a strength. Oh, you love taking care of sick people, you love asking after their welfare and this and that. Put it down, it's a strength. Something else that you don't like doing, put it down, it's a weakness. I don't like calculations, it's a weakness, put it down. It doesn't mean you can't like it tomorrow, but the only way you can start liking it is by realizing in the first place that it's a weakness. Do you understand? Yes. So, that's been it on self-discovery. I'll take questions, I'll take contributions, and I'll take any other comments that you may have. And I want to see a lot of hands up. That will help me to understand that all what I've said today, you have understood me. If you don't have any questions, it means you didn't understand what I said. So ask me questions or tell me stories of, I've told you the story of when I was in the university. I told you the story of Adamu. I told you the story of the 60-year-old man. Which other story did I tell you? The person who is in CBN who wants to become a teacher now. I told you all that. So ask me questions, tell me stories. You can share experience with the rest of us. All of you are in senior secondary. So it means you're either in science, art, or commercial.
They're all science.
You're all science? Are you all science? Oh, so some of you are not science. So you're already on your career path. Am I right? You're already choosing, I don't want to do commerce, I don't want to do government, accounts and all. I want to do physics, chemistry, biology. Why did you make that choice? And where do you see yourself? Ask questions. Share your experience, share your story. I'm listening. Don't be afraid, don't be shy. Yes. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay.
Because he discovered that he was very good in music. So, for his parents, they wanted him to be a banker. They were always disturbing him about being a banker. He should always face his studies. And he was in SS2 by that time. So, there was a day they came for him to visit. And he was trying to make them understand that he has talent in music. But they don't want to know anything about that because they wanted him to be a banker. So after they left, the following day, that was on Sunday, he went to the back of our school to hang himself. He said he would rather die than to be a banker because he was very sure that he has talent in music. So that was the end of it.
Thank you very much. What's your name? Maria. Thank you for sharing that story with us. Thank you for sharing the story. And I know that we've learned a lot, but I'll talk briefly about the lessons from the story. The first lesson from the story is that, of course, we know as Muslims, we can't take our own lives. We didn't put it there, did we? Allah did. And no matter what, no matter the situation, you must never think about taking your own life. The second lesson is that in life, there is no one way to life. Your parents want you to be something, you want to be something else. What's the right thing to do? Follow your parents. What's the right thing to do? Also, I've said follow your parents. Also, I've said convince them. And if they don't listen, try yourself. What? Thank you. You should talk to a counselor. Talk to somebody about it. Because you see, that young ahead of him. Sometimes in life as young people, we make a lot of mistakes. What did I say? We make a lot of mistakes. I've just asked you to make a list of 10 things you can do well, 10 things you can't do well. I didn't say one thing. I said 10. He can sing well. But that's just one of the things he can do. Is that the only thing he can do? No. I used to sing so well. Why am I not a musician? I said something about your future career. I said it also must be something that can impact the world positively. Now tell me, if we don't have a musician in this world, are we going to survive? Somebody said no. Yes. Yes, we will survive. What impact? Look around you, the musicians you know. What impact do they have in our lives? Positive or negative? Negative. Thank you. So if you have a talent, you don't necessarily have to focus on one of it, and you must also look at what impact it has. If you ask me to make a list of my talents, you will see that I love singing. Should I, because of that, turn into a musician? Am I not doing well being a counselor? I am. So you see, whatever decision we want to make in life, we must always seek guidance. Remember I told you, if you are standing at a crossroad, if you know where you're going, you can get help. I am going to Badagry. You're going to Badagry, think about going to Kwako, do this, do that, do that, do that. You can't just know that. You can't stand at the crossroad and say, I want to go anywhere that they're holding. Maybe, for example, I want to go to market. You can't say I'm going to market, right? Because it's possible for you to go to Mushi market. It's not for you to go to Jesha market. There's also a market in Lawansi. There's a market, right? You have to be clear about it. And if you say you want to go to a market, then you meet a counselor who will ask you, what kind of market do you want to go? What do you want to go and buy at the market? So even though it's not good for parents to force their children to do a particular thing, well, the child too must not go and commit suicide because of that. You should talk to a counselor who would advise you, who would even advise your parents. Because in the first place, that boy would have needed a lot of advice on the singing part. He can even sing as a hobby. It can be a part-time work. Yes, and you see, for most of these jobs, like some people say they want to be musicians, some people say they want to be footballers. What else? Acting. Some people they want to be actors or actresses. I'm not saying these are not good careers, but these are careers that have very short career paths. Very, very short career paths. And they are all in the entertaining world. They have little impact on humanity. Little impact. There are a lot of people out there in the world that need us. What are those careers that if we do, we can help more of humanity? Can you tell me, give me examples? Doctors. You know how many people are sick? On the road, people die every day. We don't have enough doctors. Who has ever been to the hospital, general hospital, to see a doctor before? How long did you wait? You have to get ready to spend the whole day, right? Yes. Why? Because we don't have enough of them. We don't have a lot of them. You will go to the hospital, you will wait and wait and wait and wait. That musician, when he falls ill, where will he go? To see who? If everybody wants to be a musician, who will treat them? Nobody. What other careers make a lot of impact? Nothing. Nothing is like teaching. If nobody wants to teach all of us, where will we be? We'll be on the streets. So the truth is that as Muslims, you have to realize that it's okay to have a career that is tied to one or more of your talents. But the most important thing, Allah will ask us how we made the world. Allah will ask us what we did in the world. And Allah will ask us how did we live the world. So if you have an opportunity to impact 10 people, and you have another opportunity to impact on millions of people, which one will you choose? Millions of people. I know a doctor who used to work at the General Hospital, Lagos State. And he said in a day sometimes he can see up to 150 patients in one day. So if that doctor works in that hospital for 1 year, how many days are there in a year? 365. But let's assume Saturday, Sunday, let's just approximate to 300 days. And he sees 150 patients in one day. 300 days, how many patients has he seen? Maths, mental maths. Some of us are writing it down. 150 patients every day for 300 days. No, it's not 3,000. 300 days times 150. The first thing you do is 15 times 3, which is what?
45,000.
45,000, thank you. In just 1 year, he has impacted directly 45,000 people. Directly. Indirectly, oh, they're still indirectly. Sometimes you will close at work, you're going home. Doctor, please, I have a day. This is still part of it. Some people will call you on their phone. Doctor, my child is running fever, what can I do? Say, okay, bring the child. Indirectly. Then some of the patients you've treated, you told a mother that brought her baby to school that anytime your baby is stooling, give the baby salt and sugar solution, ORT. And she goes home and she tells her neighbor, and her neighbor tells her neighbor. All those people, is it not the same doctor that impacted on them? Yes. Imagine, compared to somebody who can just impact one-on-one, or even if he impacts a lot of people, he's impacting them negatively. Like the musicians, what are they singing? What are they telling us to do in their songs? Bad things, right? Yes. How many of them sing things that make sense? How many? Some of them do, yes. But how many of them? So few. So we have to figure out what we're going to do that will be useful to humanity and that will help especially the Muslim Ummah. I hope you know that this your program is being organized by who? Iman. Iman, which means what?